All right, good afternoon. Time for TV47 at 4. My name is Linda Alela. We start off in the corridors of justice, where the trial over the death of Albert Ojwang while in police custody has entered its second day at the Kibera Law Court, with prosecutors presenting more witness testimony and CCTV footage they say could help reconstruct the events leading to his death. We now cross live to the court proceedings.
To prepare for the defense. That's why I read out the two sub-articles. Sufficient time means you will get whatever time you need to go and study the document, consult other experts, and then you come and cross-examine.
Let me make this suggestion.
Yes.
That we proceed and finish examining chief. We will cross that.
Do you have concurrence of your colleagues?
Yes, we cross that bridge on whether to adjourn for another later day for examination when at least he has closed the examining chief.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kangahi?
He spoke like 10 wise men, Your Honor. I agree with you.
Not women. Thank you. Mr. Nwongo?
My senior 11th vice person.
Yes.
I joined the 12th.
Mr. Blackomanga? Madam? Mr. Mwale? Mr. Juma? Okay. Mr. Ondimu? All right. Proceed now. Ms. Ishui, do you see how much time we've wasted? I'm actually having you as the main problem here because you're not following case progression. Please keep on writing to the advocates. Tell them we have supplied 1, 2, 3 because you're the one who knows how we work here. Mr. Makori is a visiting counsel with Mr. Ondimu. So you'll bear responsibility for today, for the disruption today. And having said so,
All right, and the Kenya Magistrates and Judges Association has urged the Law Society of Kenya to call off its planned court boycott, warning that the biggest losers could be litigants who rely on the courts for justice. KMJA says while it acknowledges concerns over judicial accountability and court delays, the matters should be addressed through dialogue and constitutional channels. KMJA says again it does not dismiss concerns raised by lawyers over court delays, registry inefficiencies, case management and judicial accountability. President William Ruto has announced that all students admitted to public universities and colleges will be eligible for full government funding under proposed reforms to the country's higher education financing model. Speaking at State House in Nairobi while receiving the report developing a new vision for Kenya that is towards a first world nation, Ruto said the proposed changes which are before Parliament seek to guarantee that no qualified student is locked out of higher education because of financial constraints. The president said the government is proposing a universal funding model under which every student who meets the admission requirements and is placed in a public university or college will receive full state support for their higher education.
It will not matter the background of any child in Kenya. It will matter how good they are only. So going forward, any university, any student, so long as they have passed their exam and they have been placed in a college or a university, each one of them will get full funding for their higher education. It will be the choice of parents if they want to pay. But if parents don't want to pay, we now have a model that will pay for every child.
A section of Kenyans repatriated from South Africa is appealing to the government for support to help them rebuild their lives after returning home. The group, which acknowledges the 477 Kenyans who have so far been repatriated, presented a raft of proposals to the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, that is including access to startup capital funds for businesses, affordable housing and essential documents. The returnees, however, acknowledge the government's intervention but insist more support is needed to help them start afresh.
And our response is that we repatriated citizens need funding. That is the biggest agenda this day, that we need something to start our lives with, because all of our needs and our problems are money-related needs and issues. Having lost our properties, having lost our identities, having lost our connections, you know, right now even in Kenya, kutafuta job na everything, you need someone you know. We only know people. Most of us have been in South Africa for many years. Having lost, been separated with our families, some of us left our children, our wives there, yet we've been given bans.
Watu wengi wameacha watoto kule na wengine wamekuja na watoto wao hapa. Tunaomba serikali kama itaweza saidia, kwa sababu there is no way utaleta mtoto hapa out of nowhere useme eti anataka kuendelea na masomo. You need that letter yenye ita indicate vile utafanya way forward.
And the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC has commenced civil proceedings that is to recover 7.6 acres of public land in Milimani, Kisumu City, allegedly exercised from Kenya Prisons Service land and converted into private ownership. According to EACC, the disputed land is valued at approximately 790 million Kenya shillings, excluding developments, and 4.3 billion Kenya shillings, including developments originally part of a 16-acre parcel that were reserved for Kenya Prison Service State House and regional offices. Now, EACC says investigations established that the land was reserved for prison and use under colonial era planning instruments and later reaffirmed in government development plans. The commission further alleges that around 1989, the then Assistant Minister for Home Affairs and Heritage, working with other public officials, fraudulently acquired the land using forged documentation, including fake allotment letter and altered development plans. The land was subsequently subdivided into 92 parcels and transferred to private individuals. Now, the area is fully developed and is commonly known as Winam Estate, Grace Ogot Estate. The commission has now moved to court seeking cancellation of all resultant and titles, a declaration that the entire chain of transactions was illegal and fraudulent, and the restoration of the land to the Kenya Prisons Service is needed. Elsewhere, boda operators in Trans Nzoia County have condemned the violence that erupted on Saturday following an empowerment event in Kitale town, and now calling for peaceful political engagement as well as respect for development initiatives. Speaking during a meeting to distribute funds raised at the event, the county's boda leadership alleged that individuals opposed to the program disrupted the exercise through acts of violence. And now the empowerment initiative, hosted by Senator Alan Chesang and officiated by Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya, raised about 9 million Kenya shillings, which will be shared among 900 boda stages across the county. The leaders urged political actors to avoid actions that could undermine community development, while reaffirming their support for President William Ruto's leadership, saying government empowerment programs have strengthened the livelihoods of boda operators.
chairman mpiga kazi. Na tujaiona kitu kama siku nyingine Trans Nzoia. Ilikuwa ile nyingine ukikuja useme nipe yangu anasema nitakuweka ndani. Hapa Trans Nzoia hakuna jina lingine, ni Alan Chesangu siku zote.
Kwa sababu ya hiyo tunatunuku kila chairman na timu yake ya ward. Hao ndo wanatufikishia pesa mashinani.
All right. Now, rising work pressure, tight deadlines and demanding schedules continue to pose mental health challenges for many journalists, now highlighting the need for healthy ways to manage stress. In Murang'a County, media practitioners found relief by swapping their cameras for football booths. That is during a friendly match against Amika Veterans FC at Mbiri Primary School grounds. During the match, Murang'a Media FC led 2-1 at halftime. That is before Amika Veterans staged a sprinted comeback to win 4-2. However, the result was secondary to the event's purpose of promoting mental wellness, physical fitness, and stronger social bonds among journalists. The organizers say the initiative provided a valuable opportunity for media professionals, that is, to unwind, connect with colleagues, and prioritize their well-being, with plans to hold similar sporting activities regularly across the county.
That was a big highlight, and we're excited to congratulate our and also Team Amika for, engaging. It has been a really nice game, and also it's my call to all the people in the community. Please let us engage our colleagues, let us engage our employees, because for me today was a big highlight in terms of mental health, because we believe that last month was men's mental health awareness, and a lot of awareness was created, but this thing today has spoken to the kind of engagement that we were calling for, because we were calling for men to engage.
Indeed, what the deal. Now, Legacy Football Academy's history-making under-14 team returned home to a hero's welcome after conquering the GOtv Cup in Sweden, becoming the first East African side to win the prestigious boys under-14 playoff title. The young champions were received by jubilant family members, academy officials, and football fans at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, capping off a remarkable campaign that saw them win all 9 matches, score 33 goals, and lift one of the biggest prizes in youth football.
Legacy ni offensive na tumekuwa na trip poa, event tumeenda huko. Na game pia hazikuwa rahisi, lakini tumejaribu tukaweza kushinda tona. Tumepiga mabao huko, tumezungusha huko wazungu mpaka nikapewa most valuable player. Nashukuru sana Legacy kwa venye wanatubuild.
This time imekuwa a successful trip. Tulimanage kwenda na 5 teams, na out of the 5 teams under 14 which is the one that I'm leading, iliweza kushinda the whole tournament. We scored 33 goals and conceded only 3, na tukaweza bado kutoa MVP of the tournament Christian Amani. So na feel this time venye tulikuwa optimistic sana, iliingia kwa wachezaji na wakaweza ku believe they can do it, because last year they lost in the semi-finals. So this year was all about redemption. Na ni furaha sana kwangu kuona vile vijana wamejituma na tukaweza kutoka na trophy.
All right, the FIFA World Cup 2026 Cup-winning heroes Spain have arrived home to a rapturous welcome, with thousands of jubilant fans lining in the streets of Madrid to celebrate La Roja's historic triumph. Now, fresh from their dramatic 1-0 extra-time victory over Argentina, that is in the final, the newly crowned world champions touched down at Madrid Barajas Airport before embarking on a day of celebrations with the Spanish royal family, government leaders and supporters. The victor, that is the victory marks Spain's second men's World Cup title, their first since 2010, and further cements their dominance in world football as holders of the World Cup, UEFA European Championship and Olympic gold. All right, so that's all we had for you at this point. Later on, you'll be getting more news at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. So keep it TV47. My name is Linda Alela. I close TV47 at 4.